Fifth is don't lose your momentum. You just want to keep it going. And you have to know if you are losing it, you have to know when you're losing it. So maybe you stop and maybe it's time to stop. Listen to the feedback. Think through your plan very carefully and keep moving fast. The word momentum is very important. I mean, I'll just tell you a little story about a great real estate developer named William Levitt. He built Levittown. Some of you might live in a Levittown. He was the biggest developer in the whole country in the 1940s. And a company, Gulf and Western, came along and they said, we're going to make you an offer to buy your company. And they offered him a lot of money, more money than he ever thought he could make. And he retired and he led a beautiful life. He had a wife, I must tell you, it was a second wife. It was a trophy wife, what can I say? I don't like telling you everything, but we're all friends, right? Can we talk? But he lived, it was a life of tremendous luxury. He had so many millions of dollars. He was given a fortune for the company. And 10 years went by, and then 15 years went by, and he got a call from this big conglomerate, Gulf and Western, and they said, we're not doing well with the purchase, because he used to pick up every nail, every piece of sawdust, every piece of wood, every chip, everything, and he'd sell it. He'd make a couple of bucks. Everything was perfect. But 15 years went by, and he was so excited, and they sold him back his company, and he started, and he was going to tear apart the world because he got bored with a life of luxury. And he started building and building and building, and the markets turned on him, and he went bad. He lost everything, and he went bankrupt. Absolutely bankrupt. And it was a sad story to read. It was such an amazing story because he was so rich, but he paid them and he bought it for the right price, bought it low, but he went wild. He was at a party on Fifth Avenue, I'll never forget, and it was a party of a very, very powerful man who was having the party in a magnificent apartment overlooking the park. And I walked in and there were 50 or so people. I recognized most of them, all the biggest business people in the world, actually. Very glamorous. I looked in the corner and there was Mr. William Levitt sitting all by himself on a chair, looking very glum. Nobody was talking to him, because you'll find that when you're not successful, you lose a lot of friends. It's not a good situation. But there was nobody talking to him, but I wanted to talk to him because I was in the real estate business and he was, and most of these people were in different businesses. And I went over and talked to him and I said, how are you, Mr. Levitt? He goes, Donald? He knew who I was. Not well. I'm not well. I said, so can you come back? He said, no, son, I lost my momentum. I shouldn't have done it. I lost my momentum. And I never forgot that expression. He lost his momentum. If he would have kept going, instead of selling and relaxing and going into a different life, he probably would have been 3 times bigger than he was, but he lost his momentum